Hello and welcome. Do we have anyone live with us? Yeah, can you hear me? I would love for you to put a comment and say hello if you are with us already. We'll just give people a few moments to join us. Hey, this is amazing. So, hi, I can see you coming in. Ooh, that's amazing. I see you are here. Welcome, Sheila, Pretty, Gloria, Reike, all of you. Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. Welcome to my workshop. I'm so happy to see you. This is amazing. And you know, I have beautiful Helena with me as my helping angel. Helena, you want to say hi to us?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. And we're so lucky. I've been to a couple of Eva's workshops and it's been so inspiring. So I'm excited.
Fantastic. So she will help me when I have a slide or something because I'm not so technical. So how are you? Tell me, are you ready for some magical writing? Hi, I see Lene coming in. I see Björk. Good to see you all. And you know, I love that we can chat. So even if we are many, I will not be able to see everyone's comment. I will read everything after we finished, right? So talk to each other while we are doing this so it becomes alive and like we're sitting in a room in a circle, right? I love that. So how many have we got live with us now, Helena? Can you see that?
I better unmute myself. You can see the participants at the bottom. So it's 40, 41.
Ooh, lovely. Wonderful. Oh, now I see. I have to learn this. This is my first Zoom meeting, so please forgive me.
Wow, 42 and counting.
It's not true. I've been on Zoom before, but I haven't like hosted it. So I'm very happy for my angel. Oh, so good to see you guys. What a morning and what a day we have had. I mean, wow. Could you feel this morning? Any of you were live with Anya? I was sobbing and I was like sitting with my Kleenex and it was so precious, so healing, that energy. So I mean, this is a love shower, isn't it? Just give people a little moment more before we start. So please talk to me, guys. Are you looking forward? Are you ready to unleash some magic? I know many of you are already writing, and some of you are curious. Some of you are just interested. I think everyone will get what they need today. Beautiful to hear. Oh, not just me being crying. Yes, and thank you. I have comments here about my dress. I promised to wear my Wonder Moment dress. If you've seen the Wonder Moment challenge, that I have read, many of you have written the most beautiful posts on social media and tagged me after the meditation yesterday. I'll tell more about it in the end. But at that picture, I wear this dress because it was from a moment of total bliss and wonder, dancing with some balloons in the street in a fiesta. And I write about it in my last book. So I'm like, yeah, today's the day for the wonder dress, right? So good to see you. Oh, thank you. So I think we will slowly just get started. And I mean, I love your comments. I'm trying not to be too distracted, but I kind of love it anyway. So just continue. So, you know, I believe many of you have heard my sharing yesterday. So this is kind of, we are keeping up we are following the same track, but I will not say all the same things. So if you didn't see that yesterday, you got to see it. Can you just hold on for a moment because my son is skateboarding right outside my window? No, now he went away. This is becoming a interesting afternoon. So, dear ones, today we will go deeper than we did yesterday, right? And we will work into and find your magical writing sweet spot. And that sounds enchanting, right? That we have all got this spot where everything comes together for us and where inspiration can flow through us. And you get your own unique sound, your own unique, I miss a word here, but it's so magical when you find that spot. So I look so much forward. I know you will get really many aha moments here. And then we will afterwards go deep and meet our divine muse and meet our next books, our next writing projects, or whatever words wants to come through us. So if you're ready for that, put a heart or something. And I just look so much forward because I know that after these hours, when we have done this, you will have found, you know, you will understand your instrument even better. And you will have this deeper connection with divine inspiration that is always here. And you will also have tapped into some stories to share. So I think it will really, really be an exciting afternoon. Lovely to see that you are also ready. I love that. Thank you for sharing. So I'm a storyteller. You know that from yesterday, right? I love stories and I know the power of stories. So, but I will not tell you so many stories because today it's all about you and your process, and this is a workshop. But I feel like I want to share one little story before we start doing the sweet spot exercise, because it's kind of such a strong experience that means so much for what we are going into today. And it's a very personal story. So if you're ready for a story, put a hat too. So this is around 7-8 years ago. And we are experiencing a very, very hard time. Our company is broke, and we are personally broke, me and Steiner. And we have 4 little children. And we've just received the letter that next week we will have to leave our house from the bank because we cannot pay. And this night, after I got that letter with all the red letters on it, right? I have a nightmare, and I dream that black shadows are pulling us apart, and it's really this feeling of devastating, you know, despair and anxiety. And I feel like screaming in that dream. And then all of a sudden, I am pulled up to sit in my bed. That is how I can explain it the best. And in the room, there's this energy filling the room that makes everything vibrate. It's like all forms in the room, even Steiner sleeping beside me is vibrating with energy, and my baby that I have been breastfeeding. Everything is vibrating in the room. And there's such a love, such an intense, eternal love that fills that room that I've never, ever encountered something like that. And it wraps around me in this divine embrace. At the same time, I hear this music that is, it feels like one big tone that contains all music in the whole world. And the sound of that is so beautiful that the tears are just gripping on my pajamas, and I sit there in this embrace. And then I hear a voice in the room. This is getting more and more crazy, right? And I get a message that to my heart means you are so loved. And there's a loving meaning to this. And I just sit in this experience for, I don't know how long. It feels like a whole eternity. And then it fades. But that song and that knowing of how loved I am has stayed with me. And it carried us and carried me through everything that happened, because we did have to leave the house. Everything was hard in a while, but it was the beginning of a deep, deep awakening, because it kind of put a crack into all my beliefs about God, about myself, about the world. Because I realized that there's only love that is real. Love is the only reality. And the fears, the shame, the self-hatred, everything that I had carried with me, everything was held by this love. So that started this major, major shift from fear to love for me personally. And that is the foundation for magical writing. And that's why I share that with you, because it is a shift in perception from fear to love. And I want you to experience that as well. And I think you will experience some of that today. So thank you for listening. I know it's like a little while to get that story on, Wednesday afternoon. But I really wanted you to just feel into, you don't need to believe me, but I think you all have that sense of the love that surrounds us. And that's also, I think, what we really experienced this morning with Anya, that divine love that is so unconditional. And love is the most creative force in the universe. Love is so creative. And when we tap into the love that we are, we also tap into a divine creativity, an endless, ever-expanding creativity. And when we release the fears and we fine-tune our instrument, it can just flood our reality. And I think God is not called a creator for nothing, God is the same as a creator, created all of this beautiful universe, however we understand God and love. So in magical writing, we'll go from forcing the words, trying to make up the words, to allowing and opening and receiving the light and the love. It's also a shift from fear and ego to writing from our loving souls. So no one has your instrument and your special sound. And that's what we'll go into now. So just remember, before we start, that you are really this dynamic being of light. You are all the time, light is entering your being. And your soul and your personality kind of forms the light that flows through you and through your words, right? So now it's the time to discover your unique way, the light flows through you. So I think, Helena, you can show the first slide. And it's kind of interesting because it is a quite empty slide, right? I've tried to illustrate the sweet spot. And we'll go through this model step by step. And I'll guide you to your answers from the middle and out. And actually, I have put this model as a PDF that Helena will put a link in the comment field so you can download it and fill it in later if you want, or you can just draw it by hand and fill it in later if you like. Yeah, so I think we can start with the next slide, Helena. Now I give you a lot of work. It all starts with the divine connection, right? The connection from your soul to your source. This is the center of it. And this morning I was reminded of a saying from Gary Zukav, who wrote The Seed of the Soul. If you know that book, any of you, I love that book. And he says that when the personality comes to serve the energy of the soul, authentic power is created. When the personality comes to fully serve the energy of the soul, authentic power is created. And I'll also say magical writing can be created. So we will go into the connection part in the end. So we can take the next slide now. And I will invite you now to play with me, because I will try to guide you through different ways to get your answers, to find your answers in order to get this picture and understand your magical writing sweet spot, this spot where inspiration can flow through you, and your flute, your instrument, can be so clear and so powerful and so unique that no one else have that sound. And we will be, now when we go through this, we'll be kind of playing, we'll be meditating, we'll be listening to questions, writing answers. We'll work into the answers by different ways. And it's so exciting, and it's quite fun actually. It will be like a little playfulness here as well. And I'll actually just ask you to try to trust the process, because you might be confused and you might not know where this will lead you. And that's where the magic can happen, right? If you're opening to the unknown and you let me guide you through this process, so you can get new insights and ahas. And some of the things we work with, some of you will already think, oh, I have total clarity in this, but maybe you will get something new. Maybe you'll get something that surprises you. I think we always do. That's my experience. So if you are ready to be open and to allow the magic to happen, put a heart in the comment field and let me know. So thank you. First, we will go into what you love and your passion, and we will find the 3 steps to come closer. We will find the 3 passions that is special for you. And the passions are in your soul. The love is in your soul. And we'll find that by a little game. So, Helena, can I see the comments? Is that possible? I'm so happy I have this help. You don't need to look at the model right now. You can just take the slide.
I think maybe we should stop sharing until the next slide. Does it make sense?
Yes, let's do that. Perfect.
Then you can see the comments and everything. Yes.
Amazing. So you're ready, it seems. I see a lot of hearts. That's so wonderful. Oh, dear ones. Some of you might even have done this little game with me that I want to start with. because I have found that it's actually very precise and it's very helpful and it's very fun. And even if you have maybe done that with me before, just do it anyway. And you might get some new answers because I have tweaked a little bit on the game. So we are now about to find your soul's 3 biggest passions. What brings you the most alive? So here we are. Imagine that you meet God herself. And today we make her look like an old wise woman with lots of wrinkles, white hair, very radiant, very loving and generous. I know she doesn't look like that, but let's imagine this is a game, right? And this is almost like a fairy tale. So she looks at you with this loving eyes and she says to you, "Dear one, I have a gift for you. Today, you can choose 3 incarnations totally freely that you would love to have. The only rule here is that you need to choose things that you would love to indulge in doing for a whole lifetime in each of them. And they need to be different, right? And it needs to be something that brings you fully alive doing. And here's the thing. You actually don't need to be spiritual here. You don't need to sound right. You just tune into what you would really, really love to do in these 3 incarnations and write it down. Now, just to give you an example, if just to make it totally clear, for me, the answers would be, thank you, what a delight. I would really love to have a whole life of being a writer. Wow, I would love that. I would also really love to have this kind of monastery on a mountainside, leading this monastery, and it shouldn't be religious, but a spiritual one with a lot of sisters. So I could just indulge in sisterhood because I love that so much. And I also love to lead. So yeah, I love that. And then I would also love to have this incarnation where I just lived in Paris and I was taking pictures and catching beauty and just like this really colorful bohemian-ish life. I'd like that too. Thank you. So you get the picture? Now it's your turn. I give you a few minutes and you can write in the comments if you like. I would really think that was fun to see what yours would be. And then I'll give you a new question. Thank you, Andrea. Ah, this is exciting. Thank you for sharing. And it's very good that you focus on what to do. So Susanna, just a little recap. You asked what the question was. You get 3 incarnations, freely to choose, and you need to choose 3 things to do that brings you fully alive, what you love the most to do, things that you can indulge in doing for a lifetime. And you can almost see on the answers what it's about. Wonderful. And I love that you are good at remembering it has to do with doing right now. Wonderful. Now, have everybody got their 3 answers? Give you a little moment more. And just remember, this is not so serious. It's a game, right? It's fun. It's free. So don't go into your head. Stay in the heart. Stay in the playfulness. And just know that everything is possible right now. You can get to do whatever you love the most to do and just indulge in doing. Love your answers. It's so different. Wonderful. Now we are talking, huh? Now it goes fast. Awesome. So, the next question here is, dive into what is the essence of each of these three things? What is, if you should put like a passion behind this, if you should discover what is the passion that makes me want to be a writer, it is that I love words, right? What is the passion behind, for me, the monastery thing, spiritual thing? It's the sisterhood and leadership. What about the Paris thing? It's the wonder, the colors, the magic, right? So if you can also look behind what you have chosen and put some words on what is the love, the passion that makes you choose these three things. So try to put some words, some short words on what the essence, the passion behind that choice is pointing to. And if anyone have a hard time to interpret, you can write it and I will help you. If it's hard to understand, why do I want to be a painter, right? Or something. Because sometimes we don't get it right away. Lovely. I see that you get it. Wonderful. This is really beautiful. And this is also something that will help you in all of your work, because this is about getting clarity. Ah, so lovely to see your comments. So lovely. And if any of you are drawing the wheel, I will actually like you to draw these rings. You start with a ring that you just write divine connection inside. Then you make another ring around that. And in that ring, you now put the essence that you have just found. You know, the passion, the three passions. Take the three most strong passions that you have found from this and put them in the wheel. And if you like, put 4, right? It's not so, I'm not so strict. The most important is that you really kind of tune into your most strong passions. Wonderful. Now, do we have anyone here who need help? Then you write it now before we continue. Oh, I love your answers. It's so interesting. It's so exciting. Wonderful. Help, please. Beate says, okay. And Fiona. Okay, so we can take you two. We can start with Beate. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. So the first choice was travel the world, and I have curiosity behind it, but it feels a little bit superficial. It doesn't really feel like the essence of it. And then speaker on stage, so that would be sharing wisdom, and healer in a retreat in a magical garden, cooking and gardening with the others. So that is connection on a deeper level. So it feels like I'm getting deeper and deeper, but the travel thing, and now all of it, it's like, what now?
Yeah.
I do not really find the essence of the essence in it.
No, I get it. So actually, I must say I love the curiosity because that is such a soulful quality. It is your inner child. It's your longing to see new worlds, to the openness, the adventure in a way, isn't it? Is it maybe the love for adventure?
It's the love for adventure. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is the one. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Lovely. So, and what is really like, yeah, it's time to, there's a love of adventure. Being on stage is kind of an adventure.
Yeah.
When I give a speech every time.
It makes totally sense. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And then we ask Fiona to unmute herself.
Yeah.
Hi, Fiona.
Hi. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I got three things that I love to do, which is one I call it the dance of now. It's where you dance with and don't necessarily have the music you can have, but it's being present in every moment, in every movement. You can be indoors, outdoors. It's something I'm developing to do. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And the other one is meditation.
Yeah.
And the third one is to do some benefit in the world together with my girlfriend and create a healthy world. Yes. And I have some more specific things on it, but it's developing and we don't really know how to do it yet.
Yeah. So what is your question, Fiona?
And what I found was these things together, that is love, joy, health, and strength. But I don't know if that's specific enough, or is that kind of things that you are looking for? Or it doesn't really sound like passion words. It sounds more like a value word.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what you mean by.
Yeah, I get it. It's a little general. But of course, it is an essence also. But maybe it is the love for movement, the dance. What would you say is the essence of the dance part? What is the passion that drives the dance?
Presence.
Presence. So presence is
being present in every cell in your body, so that there's no difference between spirituality and body. It's presence.
That's also in the meditation part of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, it could be in the benefiting the world too, because people are distracted so much from screens and stuff. But it's not really there.
So there's presence, and then there's the helping the world. There's some kind of that's a little general. We all want to help the world, but you want to.
It just has the feeling of going and doing something about the big global problems, like.
So it is
wrapping the whole world in satellites, destroying our life and stuff like that. We want to do something about that.
Yeah.
So that is something specific. I haven't just said it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well.
There's a lot of really stupid things going on now, and we want to do something about it.
Yeah. So you have some kind of pioneer in you. There's like the pioneer, the fiery soul. There's something a change maker could be. Change. You have a passion for change, right? So that could be, I think, the passion behind that, or evolution. So thank you very much, Fiona.
Okay.
I can take one more. That will be Vincent, I guess, and then we continue. I hope that helped, Fiona. Vincent, can we hear from you? What is your question?
Well, so I put down inventor/artist, and I put adventurer and healer/philosopher.
Yes.
And then when I try to go behind the inventor and the artist, it's kind of like it's being creative and it's also making a difference, but I can't really define if that's if that's the real, I mean, you use the word passion, so I get a little bit confused around that.
In the passion, there's like the feeling tone of that you really love something, right? So there's, I guess, a love for creating, a love for vision.
I actually think there's also an element of doing something significant.
Yes.
Bringing something that's significant. I invented the wheel.
Yes. Meaningfulness. Yeah. A passion.
I wrote making a difference, but then it's a little bit vague, isn't it?
Yeah. So is your
someone's writing legacy.
yes, also absolutely. That's what we all want. I have heard a saying that all artists actually just want us to know, I've been here. We really want to put our mark and make a difference. So I think that can be a strong passion to create something unique and make a difference. And about the philosophy and healing, was that together?
Yeah, the healer / philosopher is balance. I put down balancing and exploring reality.
Yes, and that's a love to do that, a passion to do that. Wonderful. So now you are a little closer, aren't you?
Yeah, it was just the first one I was struggling a lot with defining.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so lovely that you share. And I would have loved that we had even more time so everybody could share, but we share in the comments as well. Thank you very much. So now we can take next slide, Halina, because now it's the time to tune in and find your deeper why, your fire, what really drives you. And this can be a little surprising because we can have an idea of what it is that drives us and what is our fire. But stay open here and let's see. I have 3 different ways that I want us to tune into this. So my first question to you is, when you look around in the world, what breaks your heart? What really hits you in the heart and breaks your heart? Because the pain often points us to our mission, our why. And you can share that in the comment field as well. So don't overthink this, just feel into what really hits you, what breaks your heart when you look at the news or you walk around in the world. Is there something special that kind of really hits you? And it can be very different. And again, let's not be politically correct here. Let's not be spiritual. Let's just be, honest and feel into. Maybe it's the dogs. Maybe it's, it can be very specific. And I get some beautiful answers here. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it can actually be a little hard to fill into because it can hit us really hard. So try to ask yourself now. And this is just like a pointer. So you don't need to get the answer here. Maybe it's the next question that will give you a more precise answer. But try to listen in and listen to why. Why does this hit your heart so much? What is the pain underneath what hits you? If you see children that suffer and it hits your heart, what is it about that is painful? Maybe it is that you have a strong why, a strong fire for equality, for worthiness, for love. Do you get that? So try again to feel in behind the thing that hits your heart and ask yourself, what is the pain? Why is it painful? Thank you for sharing, also in the comments. Because the pain can really lit our fire. And it has also to do with our soul purpose, when we can tap into the deeper why. And often we are also kind of formed by our life experiences, and the why can come from, as we experienced with Jo that shared so beautifully the other day about her baby loss. Now it breaks her heart to see others going through loss, and she finds that fire, that passion to help others who are experiencing loss, right? So you can also think like that. I have another question for you. Again, you get a lot of power today. So what would you change in the world if you had like this magic wand and you could just change 3 things right away? Just 3 things that you would like to change, and listen to what is really important to you. And it can be very different. And again, feel free to share. What would you change? 3 things that you would really be happy to change. Yeah, Marike only have 1 thing. That's okay too. And there might be a relation between your answers. There might be a relation between what you feel the most pain about and the most heartbreak about, and what you would love to change, right? So try if you can feel that you are kind of getting closer to something here. Thank you so much. I love that you share. Amazing. You're such a beautiful bunch of people. I mean, wow. I would really love that you had that magic wand, and maybe that's what you are having. Maybe that's what you're stepping into now. Even more. Yeah. So I believe that most of you have got like 3 things that you would love to change. And now I'll take you into a meditation where we will go even deeper to feel into your soul's deepest why. So here we dance between the different ways of getting answers. And as I said yesterday, we get answers in different ways when we meditate and when we do these kind of guided exercises. So try to just stay open and allow whatever way you receive information, that maybe you see pictures, maybe you hear something, maybe you get a bodily sensation, or just the sense of color, something. So just try to accept and receive however it works for you when I guide you in this. And I've actually let myself be inspired by Sonia Cochette, if anyone of you know her. She's a very beautiful spiritual teacher about intuition. And she had this exercise called And My Heart Says. So I want to use that method, and then I will ask you some questions to ask your heart. Okay? So make yourself comfortable. This will be just a little like 10-minute meditation. You can sit, you can lay down, whatever you like, and I will guide you. Because now it's time to listen even deeper. And yeah, you can start with taking a good deep breath. Close your eyes and relax from the top of your head, down your face, neck, shoulders, and arms. Let go of any tension in your chest and breathe slowly. Relax in your belly, relax in your seat, relax in your legs and feet. And just allow yourself to become heavy. You're safe, you're whole. Now you can let your attention go to your heart. Your heart knows so much. Your heart is connected deeply with your soul. So try to ask your heart, who am I? And then you follow me. You can say aloud or you can say inside of yourself. And my heart says. And then listen to the first things that comes from your heart. And we'll just do that now. So, who am I? And my heart says. And listen to whatever comes to you. And my heart says, and listen again. And my heart says, and listen again. And now we'll ask even deeper. And we will ask your heart, why am I here? And again, we listen to the first things that come in your heart. Why am I here? And my heart says, just try to stay relaxed and open, listening, not judging. And my heart says, and my heart says, and listen if anything else comes up. Why am I here? And now you can just put your hands on your heart, smile, and in your own time you can open your eyes and just note down the impressions you got, the messages or the pictures. Just note it down And you're welcome to share with us in the comment field afterwards, but note it down for yourself. I give you a few minutes to that. Mm. And if any one of you are ready to share, why am I here and who am I? You can share, try to share just with a sentence or two, the essence you got from this meditation in the comments. Wow, thank you. Mm. Oh, so precious to read your comments. Thank you for sharing. This is so beautiful. Wow. I'm so happy to see that you got these answers. And also, if you watch this in replay, please share in the comments. Then I'll be able to see it, I guess. Wow. Yeah, it can be quite emotional to touch into your why. Yeah, there's such a beautiful resonance. That's true. Thank you so much for sharing. Christina says it was hard. And I would just say that if it was hard, it's okay. For some of us, it's easy to tap into that place in ourselves, like this in a class. For others, it's better to do it later. And now you know how to do it. And you can just do it on your own when no one can see you and you have more time. And ask your heart a question and then answer. And my heart says, and then just tap into whatever comes. For some of us, it's just not the way. And it's more, the why becomes clearer by the two questions we had before. Because now I will ask you to look at what we have been going through now, the meditation, the question about the magic wand, and the question about what breaks your heart. Look at all these three ways of tuning in to your why. Try to feel into them and see if you can see a red thread, if you can see an essence of your why. What drives you deeply in your soul, and try to make a sentence out of that. I know that is a little much to ask you on an afternoon, but I believe you can. Just a comment to Morten, who got a picture of a big bear. I love that, Morten. You can Google what a big bear is symbolizing, and you get some interesting answers. I think it points to your strength and maybe other things. It points to your strength and masculinity, I guess. But maybe something more. I'm not so good at in dream symbols, but sometimes when we do these meditations, we get we're tapping into the collective unconscious, and we get pictures as we do in dreams. So I would check that if I was you, and you'll get closer. Someone asked me to say something again. The question. So you want me to sum up what we're doing right now? Is that it? Okay. So I want you to look at the 3 things we have just done. The meditation about asking your heart, the magic wand, what you would change if you could, and what breaks your heart. Those 3 things. Try to look at the answers you have got from all 3 of them and see if there's a red thread, if there's an essence of a why. It can bring you closer. And it's not all of us that just get our why like this. It can very much be an unfolding process that goes deeper and deeper. But this can point you and at least start a process of understanding why your soul is here and what is your soul purpose. So don't despair if it doesn't come totally clear, but it is kind of pointing you to something, and maybe in a few days, you'll get even more clear. So, interesting. I love Morten get a lot of ideas about the bear, not the beer, the bear. Maybe he needs a beer. So I see sentences coming up here. The why. It's very beautiful. And thank you so much. And when you've got that line, you can put it in the next ring in your model, your why. Try to put it there. This is very beautiful. And Vincent asked, yeah, it's about why my soul is here. Yes, it's about defining your why. And maybe you can show the slide, Helena, so we can just get it clear one more time. Yes, so the next ring you can see is your why, your fire, what really drives you. And the sentence, if you can cook a sentence out of these 3 experiences and answers, you can put it there and you have a more clear feeling about your why. It can be a little surprising as well. It's not always we know. So I'm excited to see what you're getting here. Yeah, I'd like to see the comments again. So Gloria, yes. Could you unmute yourself, Gloria, and I can talk to you?
Yep.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi.
So is it hard for you to look at the 3 things we have went through, the meditation, the questions?
No, it's a bit difficult to put it all together, but I've come up with something at the end.
Yeah.
And I think really the essence, the things that get me upset is obviously the destruction of nature and the suffering of people, which is unnecessary, and usually not through no fault of their own. But what I think about is sort of, it's been for a long time that I had this concept of how to make people understand the importance of being connected and how are we interconnected. And before all of this happened, I came up with the concept of intelligent selfishness. Because with people, and I have it all the time, if you have good ideas and there's a lot, they all poo-poo you out. And people understand things at a more selfish level. But there is no bad thing if you understand that selfishness in an intelligent way. My well-being is not separate from other people's well-being.
Yeah.
You cannot have your well-being independent from the well-being of others. And that basically, I think, is my main interest and my main connection to teaching the joy of this interconnection and interdependence that we have and how we can use it for that's the thing that's coming through.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So now you talk yourself into clarity here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I do that all the time. I need to talk, then I understand what I think.
Yeah, but this is a beautiful way of doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Thank you. Good to share. Now I see, was there someone else asking? Did that? Oh, the comments go so fast, so I didn't see. Was there anyone else who asked to unmute herself? Was it?
There was another Gloria actually that asked.
Oh, we have two Glorias. That's amazing. So the other Gloria,
Yeah.
this is totally gloriful. Happy is Gloria.
Yes. Hello. So I'm really, really grateful to be here. I love the way you're guiding this. So I'm very interested in knowing this message to put the three things together and create a sentence. But I don't quite get what is that you want to achieve with this question.
Yeah.
Would it be, somebody said, would it be, why is my soul here? Is that the question that you want to ask?
Yes, we are trying to catch the essence of why you are here. What is your fire? What drives you as a soul? Yeah, that is what we are achieving here. That we get a more clear picture of why you are here.
So because not what?
Not what you are doing, but why. You know, your deeper why.
You had asked before who I am, who am I, and why I'm here. You asked before, right?
Yes.
So this why I am here would be like the person.
Yes.
And the one that you want to ask now is the soul.
No, it's kind of both eyes. I think it's a little like, but when we ask the heart, we come in contact with our soul. So I guess what you got in that exercise, if you got an answer there, it's on a soul level. It's on a deeper level.
To have more clarity, can I ask you, what would your answer be? What would your sentence be?
Yes, for me? Yes, I actually got it recently, I will say, because you kind of, I think that's why I say it's also a process, right? So this is just trying to tune us in and start listening and become aware of what touches deeply, what drives us, and the feeling of why we're here. And last week I had a meditation where it kind of dropped down. I am here to remind you how connected you are with your soul, with your source, and with your sisters, because I work with sisterhood also.